How you doing, my YouTube people? Today I'm gonna have an unboxing of the Orei HD P2H PSP to HDMI Video Converter, a device that I bought off of Amazon about a week ago. Just got it in the mail today. It basically, all it does is it takes your PSP picture and it turns it from 480p to 720p, and it actually is supposed to make it full screen as well. When you normally use your PSP with your TV, you'll see the menu screens are normally full screen. They'll stretch and they'll fill up your entire widescreen picture on your HDTV. But however, when you play a game, it's a different story. You'll get like a postage stamp size picture on your screen, which of course isn't the ideal way to play a game. So this box is supposed to help you out and do the up converting for you, supposedly without any lag, which is what I want to definitely be testing out at some point. But Mia, open up the box. I just got it literally, brought it home a little while ago. Hope you guys can see this on camera. It's not too big. Yeah, take a look here. Some strong tape there. All right. So what looks to be like a VGA connection. Well, at least the VGA shape. I don't think it's actually a VGA connection. Let's flip it over. No logos or anything of any kind. Have a DC 5-volt input, LED light, kind of a audio out switch from the looks of it. I don't really see anything that says what it is. Audio out and HDMI out. Let's take a look and compare it to the PSP itself. And let's see. So if you put them next to each other, about the size of the screen of the PSP, at least, but just a little bit hair wider than it. In terms of thickness, it's definitely about 1.5 times thicker than the PSP, or 1.25 times thicker than the PSP itself. Yeah, it's about 1.25 times thicker. Again, so we have a metal chassis. Build quality doesn't feel too bad. Let's put this down. See what's underneath here. All right. Stereo cable RCA to RCA. All right. So these are for the audio cables. All right. What looks to be again like a VGA shaped cable, and okay, I guess it's the output for the PSP. Plug this to the PSP in. This will end up going into the box adapter right here. So far seems pretty easy to understand. Your 5-volt adapter. Oh, how nice of them. They included an HDMI cable. Included in the box for your $50, which is not bad. And the instruction manual. Introduction: when you connect PSP direct to TV directly, you can only get partial display on the central area of the TV screen. Yes, that's why we bought this device. While the PSP to HDMI converter, you achieve full screen display. Again, why we bought this device. Thank you. It not only converts component video to audio RL of PSP to HDMI, but upscales PSP output resolution for 80p to HDMI 720p or 1080p, and display in full screen on HDTV. If you want to play PSP at home and on big screen and high definition TV, to gain wonderful visual enjoyment, this device is what you do need. Okay, Englishy, but they get the point across. All right. It is not applicable for PSP 1000. So here it is. Excuse me, guys. I have the camera mounted separately, so I have to look to the view screen to see what I'm pointing at. But the PSP 1000 did not have TV out. So you guys can correct me in the comments if you know differently, but for what my memory does not. The 2000 series and above had the TV out. Of course, device specifications, your connections, how to set your PSP for component out, options. So far it seems pretty straightforward. Now what it doesn't come with, let me see something, I shouldn't need them. Generally when you want to play PSP in your TV, you get these type of cables, because these are component cables, and as you see the same type of input here for the PSP. These work and the picture is clear, but as we spoke about earlier, you get a tiny picture. This should give me a full screen picture. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut off this video now, and then I'm gonna try it on my TV, see how it turns out. Be back in a bit. Alright guys, I'm back. So I have the PSP hooked up to the box, and in turn that's connected to my television there, my small little TV there, and as you see, just basically one cable. It basically turns your PSP into a controller, and the box itself looks like a mini console. One thing I do like is that you can still plug in the power to the PSP. So if your PSP is dead, you can still play your games because the cable won't get in the way of you charging anything. Now if you notice, I don't know how well you can see it there. I'll try to zoom to clear it up a little bit. Let's see. But this button here, there we go. There's a zoom button on there. Now when you look at the screen, I mean, you see it's fully zoomed in. But as I said, this is a basic feature of the PSP. It always looks zoomed in when it's on the menu. However, when you go into an actual game, I'm not gonna play an actual UMD. Let's try Mega Man here. So when you go in, you see it's already a border around the screen. So let's let that load up so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so there we see that it's a giant border around the screen. So that's where the zoom button comes in. Press the zoom button, and let's see. Let's try again. Maybe I didn't press it right. There we go. Ta-da! Full screen video. So let's go back. I apologize for the reflection there. Later on I may actually connect it to my capture card so you guys can get a better view of how everything looks. But as of right now, you can see it's full screen. On video I'm sure it looks crisp and excellent. In person it looks about Wii quality, you know, like Wii 480p quality, and right now I have it on 1080p, and it looks, you know, it upscales, but it's not like it's doubling the resolution or anything. It's just literally just upscaling 480p to fill your screen at 720p or 1080p, but it's not rendering anything at that. So it's try the game out. Load completed. Now one thing I would try, I did try playing a couple of games before I jump back on camera. There is absolutely no lag. No discernible lag that I can feel whatsoever. It's like as soon as I press something, it happens on screen. There we go, look guys. So let's try Iceman stage.
Stop and freeze. Ready? Let's go.
As soon as I hit the button, it's gonna fire. Press as fast as I can, he's firing pretty much as fast as I can. Left, left, right, left, right, left, right. Very responsive. Of course, only I would pick the ice level when I'm trying to test something. Like I said, the graphics look about Wii quality, even though it's supposed to be 720 or 1080p. And I would say Wii composite cable quality, not even component. But with that said, I mean, it's still full screen, so it looks good enough. I guess it'll depend on what game you play. Oh, that was terrible. You know, it'll depend on what game you play. For example, the first game I tried was one of my favorites, Castlevania Rondo of the Blood. It looks good, but it doesn't look anywhere near as good as what a TurboGrafx on like S-Video or Component would look. But it looks good. It looks good enough to say, I would say what you would say is playable. And it's definitely playable in terms of responsiveness. Man, I'm doing terrible here. I'm trying to explain stuff, and like I said, only I would pick the ice stage. That's enough of that for now. So let's come out of there. As you see, the menu still zoomed in because of the zoom in buttons. If I hit it again, it's back to normal. Let's see. What's Castlevania? Let's try Lunar. And hit the zoom button again. Get her back up to full screen. No signal. Interesting. Oh, there we go. I love the Lunar series. It's one of my favorite series of all time. Even though they basically keep remaking the same game over and over again. But I just really enjoy these first two games. I believe I already beat the game with this. Now again, it looks good. It's a beautiful, beautiful 2D game. Maybe I believe I may be at the end or near the end. Oh yeah, this definitely sounds like the end. Now for an RPG, I mean, it doesn't really matter what to respond. There's a lot of lag. It doesn't really affect the game anywhere near as much as an action game.
The time has arrived for you to correct that.
Looking at this through my camera, it looks fantastic. In person, like I said, it's passable. The text is kind of fuzzy, but readable. But considering I'm playing a portable handheld that wasn't really designed to be played as a consoleized version of itself, it's not bad. Maybe I should have said spoilers, but come on. Yeah, I gave you plenty of time to figure out I'm at the end of the game. Alright guys, come on. I know I mentioned sound before. Sound is crisp, very crisp. Again, using the PSP as my controller. For the most part, it's a pretty straightforward setup that plays great, looks good, okay to good. For the price, I definitely think it's worth it. 50 bucks. You don't have to deal with annoying borders. You know, if your TV doesn't support the right kind of stretch. Definitely worth a try. What I may do later, once again, is connect it straight to my capture card, so you guys get a better idea of how it really looks. But in the meanwhile, this is my unboxing and slight review. Alright? Leave a link in the description. If you guys enjoyed this, don't forget to rate, like, and subscribe. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy.